Financial partnership is tough. It's like riding a bicycle built for two and leaning in different directions.
Moving forward with the Dekker team. Moving forward together with the Dekker team.
We are delighted to have created for you free access to over 703 Life's Inside Track episodes where we share insider tips, making house home, building wealth wisely through real estate. Great news is you can get access to them from our YouTube channel, from chri.ca or our deckerteam.com website, and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, kind of anywhere you want. We're having a lot of fun this month. Well, actually, not this month, the last 2 months of 2025. Mm-hmm. We're doing the Wealth Formula expanded 8-week journey for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Bringing the concepts from the foundational concepts from the Wealth Formula alive again. So if you haven't got your copy of the book yet, go on over to the website, go on over to our office, and you can purchase a copy at a reduced price there, or you can get them on Amazon.ca. You can get the Kindle version or the the print version, but you're going to pay more for it there. So you might just want to pop in and get an autographed copy at our office. The incredible thing is the foundational things work, still do. But there's new learning over the last 13 years, new experiences, new lived.
Yeah.
Lived.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of the things are just universal. Like recently, there was a study in 2025, 59% of Canadians hide financial stress from their spouse or their partner. That's crazy. 59, 60, like almost 2 out of 3 hide their financial stress from their partner. And in the book, there's this cute story about David and Sarah, and they find a bicycle built for two, and they go out for a ride on this bicycle. And because they've never ridden a bicycle built for two, and we hadn't till recently as well, it'd be kind of like riding a motor scooter or something, right? It's the same principle. You got two people on 2 sets of tires, on 1 set of tires, I guess. There's 2 tires. And if when you turn, you lean. And if the opposing person, the person on the back, thinks, oh, we're tipping, and they lean the other way, it makes it very difficult to turn. And in the story, Sarah and David have a little crash because they're not leaning the same way. And that can happen in your finances.
Well, I think it happens in many people's finances because we come at our relationship or come to the relationship with our idea of what financial savviness and financial principles are. And we know that the average Canadian, the vast majority, it's only just over 20%, are actually financially savvy or grounded in financial literacy. So that means most of us have our ideas, have our financial concepts in place, and they're not necessarily awesome, and they're not going to be the same as our partners for the most part, because we weren't raised in exactly the same home in exactly the same way. Even the little bit of teaching we might have got at school was probably not exactly the same because we didn't get much.
Not much at all.
And our circle of friends and our acquaintances and those that we were around, some may have talked about it, some may not have talked about it. Some may have been big spenders, some may have been little spenders. And so you're coming at it misaligned before you even get started.
Yeah, and many couples, that we've helped, they have different propensities for debt, different propensities. One's a saver, one's a spender. Some are savers because they know what it does. Some are savers out of fear.
So even the construct of saving may not be for the same reason, and therefore that's even misaligned. So when people say, well, we're both savers. Yes, why?
Why are you saving?
Why are you saving? And if one is, as you said, out of a place of insecurity, out of concern for just their long-term well-being, but nothing more, whereas the other one may be saving for the purpose of investing, of growing wealth through the money that they already have saved. Another one could be saving just to spend and buy a big thing later.
Yeah. And, sometimes we joke a little bit that we're like marriage counselors when it comes to investing in real estate or buying your first home, because frequently it's couples doing that, people together, and they need to get on the same page. Mm-hmm. And that's one of our challenges, is to help you to listen to one another, to understand each other's background. We call it your frame, your financial frame, that framework that you're working from, right? And if you don't have good understanding of each other's, then you can't be sensitive to the other's needs. And when you're not sensitive, that's when the fight broke out, Your Honor.
Well, and you don't even know that you're misaligned. So, I know when we were on a vehicle that meant we had to lean in the same direction, just like Sarah and David did in the story on the bicycle, that kind of came from our lived experience, mm-hmm. right? And we almost got to go home to be with Jesus in that moment, because I leaned one way and you leaned another, and we were going straight into traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I could not turn that scooter.
Couldn't do it. And so it's the same thing with our finances, though. We're going to destroy them if we're not able to figure out how to get on the same page. And you may say, well, I've already figured that out. Fantastic. Because we're going to continue to go through the entire Wealth Formula Expanded over the next 7 weeks after this week. Mm-hmm. And in every segment, we're going to touch on at least one principle that you want to think about, that you want to bring into alignment. So the thing to think about in this segment is alignment. Where are we not aligned? Where are we aligned? And what is it going to take for us to get into alignment financially?
Yeah.
And because the financial area of our life touches every area of our life.
Yeah. And that may take a 15-minute, a 30-minute, a 1-hour conversation. But sit down over coffee, tea, whatever it is, plan it out that this is a financial conversation that we can really start to understand each other's. Is one of us stressed out and been hiding it, like those, 59%. Yeah, 59% of. And then once you've done that, then it might be time to book a clarity call with us. And if you want to do that, you just jump on our website, dekkerteam.com. and click the link to book a clarity call. And mine comes up first and Yetta's is down a little lower. So if you want to speak with Yetta, you got to toggle down a little bit. Our calendar's there and you can book that 15-minute call.
Because we know that once you have clarity and you are consistently in action of what that clarity has created for you, you will do better financially and in life.
Yeah, and we know that true partnership happens when goals line up, not just when your schedules do, but your goals and your actions line up. True partnership shows up. And we're all about clarifying your options, because when your options are clear, your wisdom will flow.
Moving forward with the Dekker